Okay, so let's talk about how an exchange works. And here's an example of an apartment building. We were working with a client. We just rounded the numbers off. But this was a building that was bought 20 years ago in Hollywood for about $1 million. That building over time went up about $2 million. So the building's value went, like I said, from 1 million to 3 million, which gave the client a $2 million capital gain. So the math on that is pretty clear. Now, there's another thing that a lot of people don't realize, excuse me, and that's depreciation. So when you first buy the property, that $1 million is what we call the basis. Each year you depreciate that basis, and that's a write-off on your tax return, on your Schedule E. And that gives you an offset to your rental income. So again, for those of you that have done a lot of properties, you'll know that the depreciation quite often offsets most, if not all, of the rental income you get, which is a huge tax advantage for any investor. But what happens is that basis, which is where you calculate the taxes from, goes down every year by the amount that you depreciate. So in this example, over 20 years, this person's basis went from $1 million all the way down to $400,000. And a lot of people don't know about that, and that's an added tax you get when you sell a property. So you get the regular 20% tax on the capital gain, which in this case is about 400,000. And then on the depreciation recapture tax, that's about 25%. So that's in addition to the capital gain. And then on top of that, here in California, you're going to get the state tax. And if it's over $1 million, then it's going to be at the top rate, which is 13.3. You add all that up, it's a pretty big tax bill if you sell a property and don't pay or don't do a 1031. So the good news is we can do a 1031 exchange. So a lot of the investors we work with, they've been doing these exchanges for many, many years. And we call it swapping till you drop, where you can continue to do 1031s property after property. And literally, we have clients that have literally tens of millions of dollars, if not more, in equity in properties because of doing this and not paying their taxes. Now, when you do it, it has to be what's called a like-kind property, and we're going to be talking a little bit about this later, but it cannot be your personal residence. It has to be some form of investment property, and it has to be located in the United States. It cannot be outside the U.S.